the Eurovision Song Contest has lost 4 countries over its organisers' decision to allow Israel to compete next year. The Netherlands, Spain, Ireland and Slovenia have all said they will boycott the musical competition over Israel's conduct in the war in Gaza. The European Broadcasting Union, which runs Eurovision, decided on Thursday to allow Israel to participate despite earlier threats from some of those countries to sit out the event. Well, let's go through this with Dean Vuletic. He's a Eurovision expert and author of the book Post-War Europe and the Eurovision Song Contest. Welcome to DW. Before today's meeting, everyone was expecting a vote on Israel's participation. Why didn't that happen?
Well, the vote was actually on changes to Eurovision's rules, changes that would address some of the criticisms that were made of the voting, manipulation, politicization of the voting last year and this year. And as part of that, it was also added that there should be no vote on participation next year. So Israel wasn't even directly mentioned in this.
All right, so going into the meeting, everybody knew that there would be no vote on Israel's participation.
No direct vote on Israel itself, but on participation more generally. That was something that could have been expected. But as the vote on the proposed changes to the rules passed with a significant majority, then there was no move to vote on participation.
Right, and now some countries, including Spain, which is quite a big voice in Eurovision, they say they're not going to take part.
Exactly. Spain is a very important member of the European Broadcasting Union and of Eurovision. It's one of the big 5 countries that contributes the most financially to the contest. So losing Spain is losing a country with a population of almost 50 million. It's a big loss for the contest, but all of these other countries are also a significant loss. The Netherlands has been in the contest since 1956, since the very first edition. Ireland holds the record for the biggest number of wins, together with Sweden. And Slovenia is a neighboring country of next year's host, Austria. So with all of these broadcasters from these countries boycotting, they're all sending significant messages.
Right. That said, though, the message from the room was that they were in favour of Israeli participation. They're very much in the minority. Even so, this has become very political and very politicised. Being an expert on Eurovision, have you ever seen the contest this political?
No, this is very unique in the history of Eurovision. I've charted the political history of the contest, and I can say that this is really the most serious crisis that it has ever faced, because we see such deep divisions in the European Broadcasting Union over this issue. In the past, there has tended to be a consensus regarding the exclusion of certain members for political reasons, Belarus in 2021, Russia in 2022. But here we see that indeed, there are very opposing views, supporters of Israel, critics of Israel, and they can't seem to find a consensus on this issue. And it's especially interesting that we see EU member states not agreeing on this. So the broadcasters from EU member states not agreeing on the participation of Israel.
OK, do you think this issue is now settled? I just wonder what next year's event in Vienna is going to look like with Israel participating.
This is going to make next year's contest even more politically controversial. It's the 70th anniversary. Next year, it was meant to be an even bigger party than normal, but having so many broadcasters boycott means that it will be shrouded in political controversy. I expect that there will also be demonstrations accompanying next year's contest. This is actually a victory in many ways for those who have called for a boycott of Eurovision or a boycott of Israel in Eurovision for many years now. These calls began in 2019 when Eurovision was staged in Tel Aviv. And now the boycotts are finally happening. Until now, no broadcaster was boycotting Eurovision because of Israel. So this is a big change in the contest. Next year will be one of the most political editions ever.
Thank you for that, Eurovision expert Dean Vuletic.